So our first major slam of the year, the Australian Open, has wrapped up. Not super surprising champions with Novak Djokovic and Serena Williams. Nonetheless, the final matchups did provide some great entertainment, as both were decently intense matches. So this episode, we're going to talk about the men's side. Novak Djokovic met Andy Murray in the finals, which he won 7-6, 6-7, 6-3, 6-0 to make his 5th overall Australian Open win. With the exception of the last set, the intensity of this match was extremely high. It took 2.5 hours just to get through the first 2 sets. Djokovic and Murray were really going shot for shot in the first set, which ultimately Djokovic very merely won. And then same thing in the second set, only Murray took that one. Then all of a sudden, something that we've seen a few times before happened. Seemingly out of nowhere, Djokovic started hobbling around the court after the second set that Murray won, and then he called for a medical break. There's been quite a bit of speculation as to whether this was a legitimate injury or simply a strategic move. After his break, Djokovic came back with a fire under his ass and had miraculously healed from his injury. And then it was all downhill from there for Murray.
The alarming actions of Novak Djokovic during last night's final had many believing he was literally out on his feet against Andy Murray.
It happened with Novak's ankle and his movement. It was like he was punch drunk for 5 minutes.
He has felt like this before, and he's got through a match.
That was before the Serb powered to his record-breaking 5th Australian Open title. It's again brought to question the legitimacy of mid-match health issues and the somewhat miraculous recoveries.
So, was Djokovic's injury legit, or was this a tactic to distract Murray and throw him off of his streak? There definitely was a lot of negative backlash on Twitter towards this. Since we've seen this several times before from Djokovic, I'd say it's definitely fair to speculate. Murray wasn't too thrilled either and yelled out at one point, "He always does it!" In a press conference, Murray said, "The third set was frustrating because I got a bit distracted when he fell on the ground after a couple of shots. It appeared that he was cramping, and then I let that distract me a little bit. That's what I'm most disappointed about. Not so much the 4th set, because I think especially at the end of it, he was just going for everything and it was going in. But the 3rd set was more frustrating for me." At the end of the day, Djokovic didn't do anything against the rules, and he did beat Murray fair and square. Maybe a little slimily, but still fair and square. I'll see you guys next week, where I will cover the women's side of the Australian Open. Peace! Personal drama with fellow Swiss Stan Wawrinka, who he had to play doubles next to in this match against France. Roger's wife, Mirka Federer, made fun of Wawrinka at the ATP Tour Finals during his match against Roger, calling Stan a crybaby.